All right, thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. This is Entrepreneurship Day. Just remember, we are talking about everything is all about the business, and we provide platform for every business person to tell us or to share the story of their businesses from the start to where they are. I hope you are enjoying this show, and at the end of the show you will be ready to plunge in. Remember, this is Entrepreneurship Digest. I'm your host, Maureen Chesang, and my today's guest is a very special guest who is doing not very far from what I'm doing, but without wasting much of your time, let's hear from our guest. Thank you so much for gracing this show, and you're welcome. Please say hi to our viewers and tell us who you are.
All right, thank you so much. Hello, dear viewers. My name is Daniel Kigen Kurui. I'm born and raised in Ngenda village in Mogotio sub-county, Baringo County, Kenya.
Yes.
I went to school, my primary school in Lombogishu Primary School.
Yes.
Up to about standard 5, where I was transferred to a private school called Majitamu Academy, which is in Solai, Nakuru County. That is where I completed at around 2009. And immediately thereafter, 2010, I went to Kiptoim Secondary School for the 4 years in high school. After, or rather, while I was back there, I participated in a lot of co-curricular activities that actually I might want to affiliate it with what I do currently.
Yes.
Back then, I won't say that I was so much of a serious student when it comes to books, but I really loved doing co-curricular activities. I was always part of the games team, athletics, drama, any other activity.
But not the books.
But not books. But not books. But at the same time, I was not that kind of a student who was fond of doing mistakes, getting punished. We never brushed shoulders with my teachers. So from Form 2, I think I got so much passion for drama.
Yes.
I delved into it, and I did it so well that I was the top performing artist to the regional levels in the country for the next 3 years. That is from Form 2 to Form 4. And thereafter, the same school that I was in, when I completed my Form 4, I went back to direct, or rather to coach the students.
The same school.
The same school. And by then I advanced a little bit because I also provided the school with play scripts that they used to perform.
Okay.
And it happened that even during my first year in coaching, I took my students to the level that I always went, even when I was a student. Yes.
So let's say you are a script writer.
I am.
You can do marvelous if you can venture into film industry.
Actually,
you are
currently,
not wrong. Yes.
Currently, I've not gone so much into the film industry, but currently I have and I am working with various schools. Some of them national schools, and I still do my high school.
Wow.
But as of now, I am working with schools like Osen Girls, Cabernet Boys, and now Kiptoim Secondary School.
Wonderful.
Yes.
That's always, so inspiring to someone who wants to do similar to what you are doing. Okay, I understand you went to a school in, is it Set Koboro? In Majitamu.
Majitamu in Solai.
Yeah, Majitamu in Solai. I know Set Koboro, I know some schools there. But I would like to know, how are you raised? How are your family? How are you raised?
Now, I am this guy who was raised in a very strict family background and a God-fearing. Not so rich,
yes,
and not so
poor,
humble,
okay,
but
Medium.
Somewhere, medium. Yes. So I was raised in that kind of a family. Both my parents were teachers,
Okay.
but my father is a pastor. So you can imagine the combination of
You're a pastor and a teacher.
and a teacher.
A teacher canes you and a pastor prays for you.
So you can imagine, in Lombogishu, that is where my mother was teaching.
Okay.
But my father was teaching in a different school. So you could find that whenever I made a mistake in school, my mother would cane me in school and then transfer the same mistake to home, where it would not be a combined effort. It would be a beating of the father
and the mother.
Both teachers. And remember, I was caned in school, so that was the kind of the upbringing I had. Yes.
And that's why you are an amazing person to this nation. Now, let's talk about your business. Yes.
Okay. So from my acting career, after completing my high school levels, I came out here and tried hustling here and there. I first joined a college. Let me not say the name, but after about 2 years of studying, there was kind of a misunderstanding, or how can I call it, where the same institute was accused of giving fake certificates.
Okay.
So at some point, plus the frustrations of the course I was doing, electrical engineering, the college was closed down, and I thought, now
you decided to go home.
I stopped thinking about learning and any other thing.
Okay.
So luckily, I found an audition with Mabingwa Players Theatre in Nairobi.
Okay.
I went for the auditions. They were looking for about 3 actors, and I was taken in. I started doing theatrics for live performances. We were doing set books for high schools. That was around 2015, 2016, up to 2016, December. 2016 actually was a very tough year because it was largely affected by teachers' strikes.
Oh, yeah.
So towards the end of 2016, I thought, now we've had very few shows because of the teachers' strike. So I thought, let me resign from this job and let me go and try something else. So somewhere in between, I came back to, by then I was residing in Ravin, and I went back to Ravin. I started my own crew, and we started acting. So somewhere in between, we needed to market our performance because we were doing live shows for the public. We decided to, we were supposed to market, and the best marketing strategy we had was to go for the road shows.
Okay.
So by then, you can see we have no money.
Yes.
For a road show, we do not have a public address system. And even if we had them, we did not have someone who was going to advertise while the vehicle moves. Yes. Again, we do not have a car. So we decided, now let us try and network. Let us try and see who is going to assist us within our network as young people. So with my crew, we were working. There was one guy who was so close to me.
With your crew, you are talking about your crew. How many were you at that time?
By then we were 13.
Okay.
Yes. But the ladies were about 4, and the rest were gentlemen.
Nine of them were gentlemen.
Yes, were gentlemen. So we now decided to start and see within our network who can really help us. Luckily, a friend of mine had by then nominated MCA. Her name is Honorable Francisca. I don't quite well get the other name, but Francisca. We call her Franny. Yeah. So we approached her, and she gave us her public address system, which I believe she had been using it for her campaigns.
Yes.
So that one was sorted.
The
The
PS was
next
sorted.
headache was getting a vehicle
A vehicle,
to
yes.
go around with advertising our performance. Again, we thought, and I approached someone, a friend to my brother. His name is Joel Kiptum. And I don't know how he got convinced. He gave me his car for free. He fueled it and told me to go and do what we had to do,
Yes.
provided I just return his car in the evening before he leaves office.
In good condition, of course.
Yes. So that is how we survived that one.
Yes.
The vehicle was sorted. Now the final part. We have the PA system. We have the vehicle. Who is going to advertise?
Yes.
Now we tried thinking of people who are going to help us advertise, but of course for free because we had no money.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this is where the rain beat us because most of the people who could help us advertise were youth just like us. And in which case you could not expect a youth to just render a service for free, go home, just like that. So that one, it was a real stumbling block. We could not get anyone. Until it was around 12 midday. The day was almost elapsing and we had done nothing. And then we got into the mood of, why don't we do it?
Exactly.
So between my friend who approached the nominated MCA to give us a PA system, and me, who of course I was the director, artistic director, and the director now literally, we decided to take up the task. We got into the car, powered on the PA system, microphones, check, and off we go. So I was the driver and I was the
I can imagine that scenario.
So I was the driver and I was the advertiser, and my guy is the co-advertiser. We have to go round. So now, fortunately, the team we were with, there was some sort of crazy, positively, because they used to back up any other idea we bring on board. So when we say that I'm the driver, I'm the advertiser, and my guy, my friend, is the co-advertiser, they seconded it and said, now, this vehicle, it was a RAV4. So it could not accommodate all of us. So some had to walk following the car. And they did it perfectly. So they had the flyers so that they could be giving out while we advertise and moving around town.
So you managed to print the flyers and the rest?
Yes. A friend of ours was running a cyber, and he actually... now I've remembered, we've never paid that guy. This guy, we told this guy to print for us these flyers, and we'd pay him back after the performance, assuming we'd get some money. It looks like we've never paid him. Yes, but now, but that was it. So while we were going around, the rest of the team followed us. We did the road shows, and it was good. So after the first show, we did the first show, and we got a few coins, but of course it was not enough because we were rehearsing for about 1 month to stage one show. And we were charging about 200 shillings and getting an attendance of not more than 30 people between the 13 members. So you can get the math.
Yes.
About 30 people paying 200 shillings, that is around 6,000 shillings. We have not paid for the hall.
Wow.
Yeah. And we have to go home with something at the end of the show. So 6,000, even if it was supposed to be divided equally, everyone would go home with about 550 shillings. For you, so 550 shillings is basically what you're working for a whole month.
Sure.
Yeah. So it was kind of a challenge. So after advertising now, we realized that we advertised it best than what our than those people we thought could advertise for us.
We
did way
you did your
better.
best. Mm-hmm.
And that is how I started my MCing career. Yes. So from then I started going out to look for MCing jobs. We could now do road shows. But then of course, as a startup, you expect a lot of challenges because the first gig you get, you are paid so little, but then you never notice because you are excited you got this job.
You are doing what you love.
Yes.
Let's talk about the first contract of MC. How was it and how was your feeling?
Of course, it felt so great because by then I was not thinking about money that much. I was not looking at the income part. I was just looking at it that I got this job, let me go and do it. So there were these company branches for these communication industries. One I did very well for a start was one for Telcom. Telcom had an office in Ravin Town.
Yes.
And I remember the manager calling me and telling me, now, we have a week-long product promotion. Why don't you come and do it? So you see, with the excitement you get for a first-time job, you don't even question to know how much are you going to pay me. I was just like, when are we starting? Off we went in, and I started doing the job. So for the first it was truly about a week. But for the first about 3-4 days, that is when I started getting feedback and like, hey, Dan, you can do this. Man, you're doing it so well. So I started feeling, so this is what I can do.
Yes.
And the whole of this time, I'm really loving it. So towards the end of the week, there's one of these guy now told me, now, Dan, how much do I owe you?
Wow. So you are the one to decide how much to be paid.
No, of course, I thought maybe it was a trap.
Okay.
Because generally, I did not even know how to charge.
Yes.
I did not know. So I told him, now, I don't know. How much do you want to pay me? I think this guy gave me about 1,500 shillings. I was so happy. That was a lot of money.
Much.
That was my income from that was my pay from my first job, and that is how it started. We now started going for road shows, and from now major companies. At least from now, I knew how to charge depending on the company, depending on the job you get
and the event.
Yes.
So let's talk about being an MC. How long have you been into this field? So how long have you been doing the MC thing?
Now, you know, what I just told you was the MCing for companies and product promotions.
Yes.
How I got into event MC is another funny journey. Back at home,
yes,
there was this lady who was about to get married. And just like we normally did, I tried to pitch myself for the job. This lady asked me for a quote for the PA system, MC, and the DJ. I don't know how it happened. Up to now, whenever I think about it, I end up laughing because
yes,
imagining the distance and the fact that we had to hire a car. The PA is not ours. The DJ, we have to tag along. And for this first time job, I had not left my friend who was my co-advertiser for the roadshow. So he was my co-MC. I submitted a quotation of 4,500
for everything. I can't imagine. 4,500.
For everything. 4,500. PA system, DJ, and the two of us.
Wow.
Mind you, the event location had no electric power. So we had to use a full-time generator that needed fuel.
Yes.
I remember.
Okay.
But now again, out of the first time excitement, we go to the event venue before 7 in the morning. By then the family, in fact all the members of the family had not even woken up.
But you were already there.
We were already there. We were already there. And the funniest part is that we went there, connected the PA system, and started hyping the event. 7 in the morning, people are taking breakfast. We are hyping the event. And funny enough, the hype that we had in the morning was the same hype that we ended in the evening. So I can say that event, in as much as
You
we had
undercharge.
very little knowledge in
Yes.
charging,
Yes.
but it was a way opener for all the events that I'm doing right now. In fact, that is where I got most of the referrals.
Okay.
And having been within our home area, still the attendees, still mistook me for a Luo.
Yes.
Yeah, because they couldn't actually get the Kalenjin accent within my talking. Yeah.
Okay, being an MC, it seems it's an amazing thing. I don't know, what are the qualifications that one needs to venture into being an MC?
About the qualifications, I don't actually think there are any. I think what we might talk about is what does it take to be an MC? And on that, I would say, first and foremost, is confidence. If you gather enough confidence to allow you to stand in front of an audience, you are good to go. But again, that is not just all it takes. I think what I've observed over the years is understanding your audience. Who are you addressing? At what time? How are you addressing? I think that is the most important aspect of MCing. Because at all times, especially during events, you must be able to make sure that while speaking or while MCing, you are able to handle both the old, the youth, and the children in a way that they all feel comfortable responding back. So I think that is what it takes. Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, let's talk about the other business other than the MC that you are doing as Dan, as MC Dan, of course. Yes.
All right. Other than MCing, I can say my career life is somewhat complicated.
Yes.
It is really complicated sometimes because primarily my profession is electrical engineering. But although I still study electrical engineering in terms of advancing, but I always go to school and tell my friends, I'm studying electrical engineering. It is true I'm advancing, but I do not know why. Because I can say that the revenue I've got from MCing and my other businesses is way more than my primary profession. I say my primary profession because I have several other professions besides electrical engineering.
So you do all the jack of all trades.
Yes, but a master of all.
Okay. Very important, a master of all.
Yes, so besides MCing, I'm an electrical engineer. So that is a primary profession. But again, over the COVID pandemic, I took a different path because I realized that all my MCing career, my main marketing platform has been the social media. So I took a step of trying to learn what is digital marketing.
Yes.
What is social media marketing? And luckily when I was thinking about it, an organization called Rembus Foundation was coming up, was sponsoring students. So I applied for the sponsorship and I qualified. We were taken through digital marketing and influencer course with the likes of, there is a guy called Engineer John Masharia, Charles Rotich. We were in the same class together during that during that course, and we completed. So that is, so as part of my career, I am also a digital marketer, social media manager. And now 2 years later, I took a challenge with a few men. We were about 70 of us. Took a challenge of 150 days of coding.
Okay.
And we went all in. And we said that we were going to start with the basics So the basics was to do with HTML, CSS, the basics of website development. We went into it, and right now I can proudly say that I own a fully registered company.
Okay.
Known as Impulse Prisons Limited, which we deal with website development, management information systems, and graphics design, any other thing to do with IT. So that is what we do. So in case you might need a management information system.
Of course, I would like them to learn more about the coding.
Yes. So we actually, we literally do coding from scratch. And lately we have served quite a number of customers who are our proud customers. Yes.
So,
from institutions whom we have supplied with school management information systems. We have SACCOs and cooperatives whom we've helped them develop them SACCO management systems where their clients can see their savings. They can also access their loan balances and so much.
All right. I don't know if we can talk more about the IT work, or we can talk about the MC. But before then, I know somebody who is watching you would like to know what are the challenges that one is expected to go through if they want to venture into doing the work of MC. So let's prepare that young person that want to venture into MC.
For anyone who wants to venture into MCing,
yes,
I can say that it is not that difficult. Because number one, you need very little capital,
yes,
especially now when we are in a world where you can choose to offer MC service alone without the PA system, as we thought.
Yes.
That was something we thought, you must have a PA system, you must be an MC, but you can choose to do it. But the challenge of being an MC is getting that first client. That very first client.
Because that is the thing that will build trust from any other clients.
Yes. So, that is the very first challenge. If you can convince a client that you can actually host their events effectively through that client, you can be sure that the rest of the journey will be a little bit easier. So I can say that is the main challenge, getting that first client. Yes.
But I'm thinking of something. I don't know how I can relate being a programmer, or maybe carrying out those programs at church services, and maybe doing the MC at an event. I don't know how to relate this one, but can it work? Can it work? Like I can tell someone, I've been doing or maybe carrying the programs in church, leading program in church, so I can do the MC in your activity. I don't know if it can work, or it can be among the skills to maybe convince somebody.
Yes, of course. Part of the skills that you get as a programmer, probably in church, or some very, a church is a very straight program.
Yes.
There are things you cannot do in church that you have to do outside there. So I can say you can bring that into the other side, but you have to know where to draw the lines.
Yes.
Because you expect that when you are hosting a corporate event or a wedding or an engagement, you have to be very social, unlike in church. In church you are addressing a common audience.
Exactly.
These are believers, these are congregants, these are the followers of the traveling light, and that is all. So anything you have to say must relate to the Bible or somewhere near there. But outside there, it is an open world.
Yeah.
You are dealing with that congregant, you have a drunkard outside there.
Yes.
You have a pagan, you have a Muslim, and they all must feel
at home, feel accommodated.
They must feel accommodated. Yes.
Okay.
So you can, but you have to broaden your way of thinking when you go out there.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Dan, for you to be an MC, there must be that something that motivated you to venture into this thing of MC. I don't know what motivates you. Or maybe you saw someone doing an MC and you are like, you want to be like them. Maybe you have someone.
Yes. Now, from my first experience of wanting to do a road show, and the fact that it came out so well, that actually was my first motivation. Plus, I had a friend who was doing MC as well. In fact, before I went for my first engagement, which I told you I quoted about 4,500 shillings. He is the very same guy whom I asked to tell me when he was supposed to host an event.
Okay.
And I would cater for my own transport to the venue, just to sit down and watch him do what he does.
Okay.
His name is Felix Cheriot.
Wonderful.
He's currently widely known as MC Felches.
Oh, wonderful.
And by then he was hosting a wedding. I vividly remember in Nakuru County, Lodigatons. Yes, gardens. I believe it is a gardens or something. Yes. So that was the first event. I really got interested and I told him, I'm coming. I must come and watch you do this. That is...
so does it mean, were you mentored to be an MC?
I can say he mentored me, but I got mentorship from looking at his work.
Yes.
Yes. It is not like we had a sitting somewhere and he told me, now Dan, this is what you have to do. Yes.
Okay.
The next thing he did was, when I had a wedding, I called him and asked him, now, would you please send me a program of how to run a wedding?
Yes.
Yes. He sent me via text. And I was very tense because I was already at the venue. I do not know the program. And the people, or rather the coordinators, the family coordinators were asking me, start the program. We have to go. So I kept on calling this guy. Mind you, he was in another event. So it was quite of, I'm calling him, he's not picking, I'm tensed, until I texted him, my guy, send me the program. He did it, and he saved the situation. I picked it from there, and off I went. Yes.
I can imagine. It's so sweet, and it's also it's so fun to be an MC. Okay, let's talk. If you continue doing the MC work, let's talk about the MC. If you continue the way you are doing in the next, like, let's say 5 years, how does it look like? How does it look like in the next 5 years in terms of dreams?
Wow. Now, that is a subject that I have never thought of discussing with anyone. But the truth is, I am not planning to stay in the MC industry for more than 3 years from now.
Okay.
I'm actually at my exiting stage.
Okay.
Reason being, I'm looking at it like a boda. As a boda guy, you don't expect to ride that motorbike for more than 20, 30 years. At some point, you'll be phased out, either by pneumonia or age. So, unlike in other professions, I see, from how I look at it, I see MC industry as a greatly dynamic industry, such that you get phased out automatically. And if you are not keen enough, you will end up getting stranded. Okay. Not longer getting the clients you used to get, because there are more vibrant MCs who've come up with more great ideas than you are. So I'm in my exiting stage, so probably in the next 2 to 3 years, I would have commercialized, or rather capitalized on my other professions. But looking at it 3 years from now.
Maybe before you exit the career of MC, are you planning to mentor some people so that you can leave a legacy behind?
That is what I'm doing actually.
Okay.
As at now, I have 2 gentlemen whom I'm mentoring right now.
Yes.
One of them is actually already doing his own stuff. Yes. So I'm actually I'm mentoring two people because while I was growing up, I was told by my father that if you live this life and you don't succeed in mentoring anyone, you have failed.
Okay.
So I'm very keen on mentoring a few individuals before I exit. But again, before mentoring, I try to look at how good is your character.
Okay.
And how good can you relate with the people. So the guy I'm mentoring right now is called Simon Joroge. His stage name is MC Papa. Yes. That is the guy who is already picking. He's already picking up, and looking at him, he's got a really bright future ahead of him as far as the MC profession is concerned. Yes.
All right, let's talk to somebody who is watching you and want to venture into this business. What will you tell young people who are seated back at home doing nothing?
I have never thought of being a motivational speaker. But if I ever had a chance to talk to any youth,
Yes.
this is what I'd say. Although I know this might not go, it might not sit down so well with most of the youth, but most of the youth always believe that you need capital to get started. I don't quite believe that, because you realize that apart from all the way right from electrical engineering, although I don't talk about that, but the MC, the capital you might need for an MC is to get some good clothing,
Yes.
to appear in an event with.
To be
That is all you
presentable.
need. Number two, to start my company, Impulse Prisms Limited, or Amara Technologies, all I needed was about 10,000 shillings to register the company. The rest of it, you get funds as you progress. That is, I believe all my journey has been about what can you give? What can you sell me? So while I started emceeing, it was free, but I had something to offer my first client, who referred the next clients. In Impulse Prism, all I had to do was to register the company, come up with a product. I remember the first product that I sold was school management system. I approached a few friends, and I luckily got a college that was not, had not started using the management system and wanted to get one. So it was more like I came in at the right time.
Yes.
So I sold my first management information system with no capital. So all I'm trying to say is, think of various ways you can get money. You can use little to get more.
Yes.
Yes, that is where we are going to go, because if we keep on saying that there are no finances, there are no funds, we are going to stagnate and mark time.
True.
So get started, get something to sell, sell value. That is what I can say.
I wish we had a lot of time or enough time to talk about the Amara Technologies and the other one, but because of the time, I would like you to give you that chance to maybe provide location where your clients can find you, and those who are seeking mentorship to come to you. So give us your address and even the handles if you have them. You can tag along.
All right, thank you so much. Now, as MC Danny, you can always get MC Danny on Facebook page. The page is MC Danny KE. So Danny is DANNY and then space KE. On all the platforms, Twitter, as Impulse Prisms Limited. You can view our website, www.impulseprismltd, impulseprismltd.com. Yes. for Amara Technologies as well, and for Impulse Prism, you can get Impulse Prism Limited on Facebook, on Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as Amara Technologies on Facebook and Twitter. Yes.
I hope you are ready to mentor more people, and like the way you say you have to expect more, if I'm not wrong.
No, you see, I always find myself so open to mentoring someone who is already halfway. It is much easier. You know, they always say locally, if you need a lift,
Yes.
it would rather find you on the way. You know, a lift does not get you at home.
Yes.
You must be somewhere along the way. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm open. I ready to mentor anyone at any time.
Thank you so much. It is that chance again to appreciate your clients that you've been working with, and maybe the future clients that may come to you later. Just appreciate them, and any other person you feel like you want to say hi to them.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, let me take this opportunity to sincerely thank those people who gave me a great start. From the time we were struggling to do the PA system, Honorable Francisca and her husband Rioba, thank you so much. And thereafter, I got funded by the Youth Enterprise Development Fund to a tune of about 100,000 shillings. That is the first amount of money I ever got, and I purchased my first public address system. The PA system, 2 speakers, a mixer, and the basics. So thank you so much to the Youth Enterprise Development Fund, managed by one Yvonne at the sub-county office, Eldama Ravine. Thank you so much, Yvonne, for holding my hand and getting me up. Again, to those who mentored me, MC Felches, thank you so much. To my family, of course, they have been a great support and a pillar. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. To my clients, thank you so much for trusting me with your events. And to the future clients, Amara Sounds and Entertainment is still open, ready to serve you to the fullest.
All right, okay. Now let's end the show. Thank you so much for making it successful, and I'm hoping to see you again and engage with you in our next episodes. Thank you so much. All right, that has been a very wonderful session to this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. Remember, this is a business that you can start with 000 capital, and there you are. Thank you so much. This is Entrepreneurship Digest, a platform that provides space for every entrepreneur to share their business or to share the journey of their business. Remember, I've been your host, Maureen Chesang. See you again next time.